Hi everyone, it's Jen again. I'm here to give another development update. So this past week I've been working diligently on OtomeJam 2024. I've been collaborating with Echoberry. I'll leave a link in the description below if you want to check out her work. She's also kind of like a solo dev. So working together, we've just been able to kind of divide tasks as needed. I did end up making like a spreadsheet to kind of like organize the tasks a little bit, but we have a lot of flexibility to kind of shift roles. And in fact, with the artwork, we've been passing it back and forth, which I haven't really done with anybody. I'm trying to think. I might have done some like passing back and forth in mid-process, like one person does pencils, one person does inks, one person does colors, that sort of stuff. Like back when I was in college with like a really close friend that I had known for like over 10 years. But it's something that I haven't really done in like since then. So it's been a really fun and interesting experience. Let's see, I apologize for not having a video last week. Our IC broke down and it was kind of like the first really warm and humid weekend that we've had here this year, so it was probably like in the mid 80s, and it probably felt like in the 90s in the house, and it was just like bleh. My computer was not happy with everything being so hot. My tablet wasn't happy with everything being so hot, so I was kind of limited on how much I could run electronic devices without things getting kind of angry. My tablet was doing really weird things with the tablet pen, just inputting really bizarre. When I was like feeling it, I'm like, yeah, this feels hot. This is probably not good for it. So that was the first. We have a lot of stuff to show off this week for our progress on the Arcane Diceworks Gacha Date side game that we've been working on. We did get a little bit of a head start before the beginning of OtomeJam. It gave us a chance to kind of like test out our workflow, and so by the time OtomeJam started, we had already kind of passed back some of the art assets and gotten a good kind of like feel for how that was going to work. So this upcoming week I plan on animating the assets, and you can see here that I have 1 out of the 5 characters prepared for animation. This is going to be kind of a hybrid gacha game and visual novel dating simulator kind of game, where maybe I should show what I have for baseline to kind of explain what it is first here. So I only spent like maybe I don't know, maybe a couple days like throwing this this basic kind of random stuff together just to make sure that our mechanics were going to work out okay, because I wasn't really sure. I had a feeling that I wouldn't have too much problem getting the programming working, but it was still my first time really coding something like this. The gacha system itself is very similar to the random item drops that I have in Arcane Diceworks, so that it wasn't too difficult. It is on a 10-pull system, like anybody familiar with gacha games. It's basically like playing a little slot machine where you get different item rarities. So we have our different items defined here, where they have a name. They have just like kind of a nickname for me to refer to them when I start switching in assets to represent them. We have a description of what they are, and then if they're common and what their value is. And most of these items are affixed to a particular character, so that character is also here. We have common type items, which are sort of like the most that are going to go in this common list here, and then we have the rare, the ultra, and then the mythic are like special kind of story related items, so they don't actually have a list yet because I haven't gotten that far. But with the kind of rolling mechanic, there will be a chance for it to check first to see if you get like a 1 in 20 chance to get one of the ultra rare items, or if you get a, let's see, a 3, yeah, I did the math in my head. Sorry, 10% chance to get a rare item. So it's 5% chance to get an ultra rare item, 10% chance to get a rare item, and then 85% chance that it'll just be a common item that'll pick from these lists. So the lists have here, the common items are like these fragments of the different character stones. So 10 of these fragments will create a full summoning stone, where once you get a summoning stone, then you can actually kind of do the date portion of the game. We have these rare items, which are both accessories that you can gain affection with the character, and these little like snack gifts that you can also gain affection with them, and you get like a bonus if you give the snack that the character prefers. We have these ultra rare items that are items that you can decorate your room with, and certain characters have an affinity towards certain items that if you summon them and you have that item decorated in your room, then you'll get an affection bonus. And then these costumes, which you can just get to dress up the characters in different outfits for fun. And then you can also have a chance of getting just a complete soul stone. So instead of having to put together 10 of the fragments, you just get 1. So the more often that you summon a character, the more soul stones it costs. So it's a bit easier to level up the affection of all the characters to a low level, but once you try leveling up a character to the higher affection levels and having, I guess, more dates with them, it costs more soul stones, so it requires more investment the deeper you try to go in that route. And there will be a kind of store system where you can like exchange the stones at like a 2-for-1. So like if you have a character stone or a lot of character stones of a character you're not trying to pursue, then you can exchange those at a loss rate for the character that you're trying to pursue. And you can also just sell repeat items for currency for like pulling more of the gacha. So that's kind of like in this game, this is me just testing the animations, and there's also going to be these little like emotes. So the gacha system is here, where you get the different items. That was a really good book because we got two ultra rare costumes, I think. Oh, I forgot to add some of the newer items to show on this little menu display, so I'll have to do that. But yeah, it just gives you 10 items, and then I have to edit the inventory to update with the new like outfits and stuff, but that is what that looks like. And then we have also this mini game that will let you build currency. So this is a clicker game where you'll be awarded different amounts of currency depending on how many clicks you manage to click on these like little fake ads within that time frame. The more clicks you get, the more currency you get, but it's not a terribly hard game, but it's kind of hard to surpass like 15 clicks, I would say. So any click past 15, you get a lot of extra bonus. I have only from testing this game, I have only a couple times been able to like click past 15, and I think it was just because I was lucky because these things weren't like bouncing around too much. Oh, like look it, I did it right there. Good job, me. And there's different messages here. So I did take, I followed a tutorial for just doing like a stationary clicker, and I will link to that video tutorial at the bottom because it's a really good one. And in my programming, we go to the clicker minigame. I just added a few things. to the script. This was some code that for whatever reason I couldn't get to work. So this is like their original code that I was trying to replicate, and I ended up doing my own variation of it. Whether or not you'll be able to follow the tutorial directly and just get it to work the way they have it laid out, maybe you will. I kept getting some kind of weird error, like crashing RenPy, so I ended up going a slightly different route, but still was using a lot of their same framework. One of the things that I did add to this reset counter was or I should say the click counter, was that I had it shuffle through 6 possible different images, and those are just kind of placeholder right now. Those will probably be added to or expanded upon for the final game. And then I also made these 2 variables that are doing this this random renpy.random.random, which is going to create a float between 0 and 1. And so between 0 and 1 is going to be the X and Y coordinates, so that's what kind of makes the image just kind of randomly pop up on somewhere on the screen. And then the image being random here is what this is here. So all of my images are named here in the ads folder, add _ 01 through 06, and that is a choice that it will pick from to populate which image that it's going to stick in there when you click. Okay, so yeah, that was all like pretty standard and pretty simple to move forward with. And now a lot of it is going to be kind of working with these Sprite assets. This is what I'm hoping to do this week, is to finish the artwork for the sprites and get all of their animations done. So we can see here, if I just kind of play, these are going to be exported as WebMs with transparent alpha backgrounds so that you can see the backgrounds behind them. I have a video that I've already made on how to do that, so I'll try to remember to link to that as well. There will be 5 different expressions for each character, and then they also have their accessories that you can pull from their gacha. So these are their different like little accessories that you can have. The bow is like, it's in a different layering spot. So like some of the accessories have to go over here, and then for this one I'll also have to toggle off the front of the bang, so it's kind of like that. Let's see. We have this, which doesn't work with this outfit, because normally you wouldn't be having the outfit with that accessory, because I don't think we're going to enable having accessories and outfit changes, having more than one at a time, because that's just going to be too much of a hassle till I figure out how to make it work with every single outfit change, pose, and how to program it as well. So I think we're just going to limit it to either having an accessory or having a full costume change, because some of the costumes actually have their own hats as well. Let's see, so there was the badge and there was the bow. So those are the different accessories for this character. And turn back on your hair. And then this is the way the story goes, is that when you first summon them, they're kind of like wearing their pajamas and stuff. So that's going to be their standard costume that they're wearing if you're not dressing them up at all. And then there's a kind of like trendy, casual outfit that you can get from the gacha. There's a little maid outfit, which is going to be the kind of like the little spoof on the seasonal banner type thing, like limited pull. I don't know why I put the maid hat here. One of the things that is unfortunate about anime effects is that there's not room for like editing where these layer placements are, so you kind of have to organize all these directories like the way you want them before you start animating it, because you can't move them around or swap them out afterwards. But hey, it's a free program and it's pretty simple to use, and the workflow is pretty fast, so I can't really complain. That's just what it is. I wouldn't do any longer animations in this program for that reason though. So we have that outfit, and then we have like the formal suit, which is also a rare pull from the Gacha pod. So that is where I'm at right now. This is just the one expression. This is just the idle animation for this character. You can see here, rather than swapping out eyes, I have the eyes broken down into these different parts. So we have like the crease that's above the eye, we have the top of the lash, we have the bottom of the lash, we have the eyeball, we have the whites of the eyes. So that's going to give me a lot of freedom to animate the eyes fairly smoothly. Doing the blinks does require changing the transition. So here you can see that the easing and the has switched from that sign, which is kind of like the easing in and easing out motion, to having no easing at all. So when they're blinking, they just snap to the blink position, and then snap back out, and then they can start opening their eye or closing it again, more in a linear, or in this case, like a sine path. I think that that is kind of all. I usually kind of fiddle with the hair, the body animation for the different expressions, but in hindsight, I don't know that people really notice that much of the subtlety of it. Like, you can tell that the hair is moving, but whether or not I switch from having like the hair kind of like, you can see that there's a little bit of anticipation animation where it's like it kind of fluffs out a little bit and then comes down, comes in a little bit, and then settles back to the original pose. In some previous sprites that I've done, I will do things like change the way their head is tilting, change the way their hair is kind of like tossing in between expressions, and I don't think it's actually that terribly noticeable. So I might save myself the effort, since there are a lot of characters to get through and a lot of animations to export. I might kind of just stick to the base, create the different expressions here, and just kind of leave it at that. I do also have those other emotes as well to kind of help emphasize their emotions or how they're interacting with you. Like, this is like the little happy emote, and then we have like a shy one too. So this expression would be changing once I finish the expressions, but I think the emotes will also help kind of help emphasize whatever their reaction is, and so it'll be more obvious to the player like what types of affection you're building, whether or not the character likes the gifts and things, the reactions that you're giving them, that sort of thing. Okay, well, that is pretty much it, I think. Oh, I guess I could also show what my design document looks like. So I have broken down kind of like what the art assets are, and what the programming tasks are going to be like, what is going to be involved with like the Gacha system, and what properties each one of those items is going to need, rough outline of what the script is going to look like, what type of audio assets we're thinking we need, and the voice lines. We do have new voice lines for this game, so I was able to convince the voice actors to come back. for this game to record a few new lines. So that's exciting. And I already have 2 of the characters with their lines already recorded and edited. So I just have 3 more that I have to kind of like wrangle. And lastly, I have a schedule that's kind of like roughly laid out to help break down the tasks between myself and Echoberry. What kind of things we're going to be looking at. And these little, I have some unassigned tasks as well of like things I think either one of us could kind of work on. And this is just a rough outline just to kind of like give me something to do when I'm feeling slightly overwhelmed and being like, okay, I have all these tasks. I want to work on something, but I don't know what I should be working on right now. This kind of helps break it down and keep me on target. It's not so much like a formal set in stone kind of like, you must get this done this week. It's just loosely laid out in a way that I feel like would sort of make sense as far as like, what do I need in order to do this? What do I need in order to do that? And that's probably just stuff that I figured out about my own workflow from creating a whole bunch of different games. Alright, well, that's all I've got for this week then. And I'm looking forward to checking in next week. And if you're working on something for OtomeJam, best of wishes. And if you're working on any of your own personal projects, don't forget to enjoy the journey. Have fun. Take care. Bye.